Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
It's your girl, Miss Connie, coming to you every Wednesday at 5 p.m., discussing the levels of intimacy. What's your naked truth? Stay tuned in to stay turned on. See you at 5.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by Carice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
This is Miss Connie from Levels of Intimacy. You're tuned in to Hot 702.5 FM.
What's up, everybody? Yes, it's me, your girl, Miss Connie LV, and it is that time of the day. Yes, it is happy hour and another wig off Wednesday, because guess what? We're still rocking these braids. But let me tell you something. I did redo my hairline, but that's a whole nother subject. But come on in here. Make sure you grab your drink of choice. I would prefer water probably around this time, because I know you done ate a little bit of this genetically modified food over the holiday season. But come on in here. We getting ready to talk about it. We're going to jump right in, because I have two guests this evening. So I want to make sure I allot enough time to get into the funny banter that I have to talk about. But before we do anything, I want to make sure that you copy, paste, subscribe, share the live. Please, I'm telling you, I got some good things going on here in the new year. You want to be a part of this audience, okay? Listen, come on in, guys. It's the naked truth, levels of intimacy. And today, our topic is about just being successful in your 50s, 60s, and 70s. You know, a week or so ago, I had those dirty 30s and the fabulous 40, okay? They stressed out this week. So I had to run it back and go on over to the other senior citizen, what is it? the community center, okay, and grabbed me some real ones. And I done brought them here to the show. I actually invited one more, but she done started so much mess, okay? She do got some shit on the bottom of her shoe. So we miss you. And we ain't gonna even blast you out, but I'll see you later at WSO. That's the after party, guys. Just so you do know that we end on air here at 6, but the party continues at WSO. So there is a meet and a greet, and it may be a tad bit of a performance in there. Let's see what the whiskey is doing today. Yes, come on in, guys. Once again, it's Miss Connie LV, and I just want to let you know that my first friend that I'm going to introduce I've been acquainted with her for, I think, like 16 years. Yeah, just about like 16 years. I've been in Vegas a little bit over 20 years. I met her as a client in a salon. Shout out once again to my girl, Ronnie Taylor, Cafe Salon. I think that's where we met. And we have been rocking ever since. She has made me a part of so many influential groups. First, Black Caucus. Now we have the Red Hat Divas. She is constantly putting me in places where I am elevating. So when we go on today to discuss the show, I'm always intentional about the guests and just understanding that you don't have to deal with people that are amongst nonsense. You just have to open yourself up to different generations. It's not the old people. We really got it going on over here, flat out. Okay, I'm just gonna put that over there. And for y'all to think that a beautician, a cosmetologist, and a stylist is the same thing, shame on you. Shame on you, because I am the master stylist, totally made over. This show is sponsored by the brand Totally Made Over, Beauty Beyond Belief. That's me, your girl, Miss Connie LV. You can find me slaying whichever day I feel like working down there at Look Style Society. Okay. But in the meantime, in between time, let me introduce my first guest, Miss Melody Nelson, to the microphone. Hey, Melody.
Here, Miss Connie.
How are you? I'm so excited to have you in here. Listen, this is a friend for real. I mean, we fresh off of Sick and Shut In the congregation, and you still showed up for your girl. I definitely do appreciate you. I wanted you to give a chance to introduce yourself, because you into so many things. I want people to kind of know who you are, what you do, how we, a little bit about our relationship, and then we'll go into talking about the nonsense.
Okay, well, I'm not really doing too much right now because I just had knee surgery Monday, and I've been kind of hanging out at Doolittle's. I have to give them a shout out because it's so many wonderful women down there that offer so much to the community. So I hang out down there, and I have a lot of friends. I won't talk about some of my friends. Where I hang out with them, but we'll just start with Doolittle's. But I'm really interested in working with children, which, Connie, we talked about that.
Right.
Juveniles, the juvenile courts, things like that. But right now, I'm just kind of chilling.
Right. I forgot to even mention that, because that was a big part of how I even started out here, because you introduced me to Diversion Court.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago. Yeah. And that you were like, hey, create a program. And that's how Go Find Yourself started, the organization where I go in and speak with the students and use that prefix of self, and whatever that crowd is, whether it's self-esteem, self-reliance, self-employment. Yeah. I'm always trying to let the kids know that it's bigger than what you see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing I get from my relationship with you. It was bigger than what I seen. And it's like, hey, Melody know everybody and they not even crooks.
I know a lot of people. I've been here 23 years.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
And I've been here 20. So we really came right behind each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so now you're retired. How long have you been retired?
20 years.
Dang, so you was retired? Well, I guess so, because you were traveling.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot. Because I know you were going back and forth with the grandkids, and now everybody's grown.
Yeah.
And we still got some air in our balloons out here, y'all.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of air.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it. Okay, so before we go back in to talk about all this air, okay, and these good Pirelli tires over here with Mel, I definitely want to let you guys know that I do have a queen in the building, and that is Miss Teresa. Welcome to the show, Miss Teresa.
Hello, and thank you.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. So, guys, I just briefly started having a conversation with Teresa, and I was so excited to find out her affiliations, but I'm not going to scramble that up. So, Teresa, let the audience know who you are, what you do, and just a little bit of intro about yourself.
Well, hello. So who am I? First of all, just I'm a Black woman.
Period.
And just living in my purpose. I run an organization called the Clemency Project of Nevada.
Okay.
And I help those who are incarcerated have their life sentences commuted to allow them parole to come home.
What? So that's kind of like what the Kim Kardashian was trying to do on the whole.
Yeah.
Right. Are you affiliated with that?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Kim, well, you missing out. You better call Teresa.
That's right, Kim. Jump on board.
Right. So how did you get involved in this program or this advocacy?
Well, I started helping a friend who reached out to me in 2019, the end of 2019, and said, hey, I've exhausted all of my pills. I don't know what to do. And I said, well, there has to be another way. And we began to converse. And, you know, the conversation led to there was another way. There was another out, and that the Pardons Board, the commissioners here, have the authority, and they are the only judiciary body that has the authority to commute a sentence. So I kind of began just working it from there. Trying to help a friend. And that was in 2020. So I've been doing that for about 5 years now. I was with another organization for a while, and then I started my own.
Oh, okay. So so you telling me how you came about to create your own. So were you already working in the system or you were always affiliated on the outskirts with a nonprofit or something? Like
originally, I was doing my own thing, kind of volunteering to help my friend. And then about 3 years in, a nonprofit organization, I went to work for them for a couple of years. And then I decided to do my own thing. Okay. I am the work.
Okay.
So,
okay. Listen, I'm telling you, I don't know a lot about the system because my phone is always on silence, so I never get the calls. So I can't help you. But listen, if you know somebody that is incarcerated, make sure you definitely copy, paste, follow, share, because you need to get in touch with Miss Teresa. So is this only for Nevada or Las Vegas?
Well, it's for Nevada, all of Nevada. And I deal with people, I think we have about 13 prison facilities here.
Do we?
So
17.
17. Okay.
What?
17. Yes.
Where are they?
All over.
All over Nevada. Northern Nevada.
I do not know where one prison is here.
Indian Springs, about 60 miles up the road, has 3. They have
men or women?
Those are men. We only have one women's facility, and that is the Florence McClure Women's Correctional Center, which is in town.
It's
where?
Right here.
Where?
On the 15.
Craig and the 15.
15 and Lamb.
By the Speedway?
Yes.
Well, near the Speedway.
Near the Speedway.
Do you have to pass it?
Yeah, you can see it off the
You
freeway.
pass it prior to getting
I've never
to the
been
Speedway.
further than the Speedway. And I think I've only been to the Speedway like once or twice.
Well, you
it's
passed it up.
before.
Oh.
It's almost in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is.
Okay. Well, listen, I did not know that. So is there an age range to, well, no, because you say you're only dealing with life sentences.
Yeah, mostly life sentences and those that have been incarcerated for years. And there are some laws that changed back in 2008 that have to do with like weapon enhancement, because here in Nevada, they give you double the amount of time for your sentence if your crime was committed with a weapon.
I'm just joking.
And a weapon could be anything. So, yeah, they gave a 20 to life for one sentence and a 20 to life for, having a weapon when you committed the crime. So a lot of people are sentenced under those old laws, and they've changed them back in 2008, but they didn't make them retroactive. So we also helped them have their sentences commuted to allow them for parole.
Okay. So how did you two meet? Oh God, it was the silence.
Well, we actually met at High Desert State Prison.
Okay. Oh, so she was one of the part of. Okay.
Right.
Oh.
So I was visiting my husband.
Okay.
Yep, there it is.
Okay. So that was my next question. Are we single, married? Because we hadn't covered those bases yet. Because I always say, listen, everybody like, Connie, I can't believe you're not married. And I'm like, no, I am successfully single. And after breaking off my 40-year relationship, I think I'm just so comfortable. And it was so funny, just side note. Today I went to wash my car and I know this man did everything in his power to make me look at him. And I was having such a conversation with myself, like, no, I'm not going to tell you my name. I'm not even about to pretend like you want to be bothered with me because I am not here for it. I'm just not in the mood. So because you all are my elders, just a tinge here, because I feel like we all are one. Is this something that happens in the 50s, like where you just don't want to be bothered?
I think so. I think that's when women really come into who they are because of all the experiences they've had, and you start chilling out in your 50s. You know, you've done it all, you've seen it all,
and
you've raised your kids, part of your grandparents, and you start thinking, what about me? You get a little selfish in the 50s, and you feel, now it's my time. I've given everyone else all my time, so now it's my time. So the 50s is really the turning point for most women when they're comfortable with themselves, and then they want to be, not bothered.
So if I may ask, because I know people always be like, you never ask a woman her age, but I feel like when you look good, you don't really mind sharing the information. Do you mind sharing?
I don't mind sharing.
How old are you?
78.
Not 78. Listen, Mel, I left the lounge before Mel. I was tired. Melody is outside kicking it, not stopping for nothing or anyone. Do you mind sharing your age, Teresa?
59.
Okay, so we about to be 60. So that's why we did this. Okay, 60. So what do you remember about 50? So I always ask people, if you're dealing with somebody, I always tell the younger women, if you're dealing with somebody older than you, they have to be able to give you some wisdom. You want to be able to grow from the friendship and the relationship. So I'm constantly pouring into the 30 to 40-year-old. The 20-year-old, they kind of like crash and burn. So, you kind of just be like, okay, whatever. But I'm not going to even say I told you so. I'm not going to even be available for the nonsense, So as a 59 and a 78-year-old woman, what do you have for my audience, which is a lot of my age range, even for the men and the women?
All right.
Because see, a lot of these the YNs, they think they want these problems, And they don't. I was driving in my car and I'm thinking like, what could a YN do for me? And I said, you know what I need a YN for? Because he got good eyes to pick these few chin hairs I got.
I just said that today.
I need a brother with some good eyes, okay? And some tight finger. Come on, babe, get the tweezers and get these hairs. Because the old one, he can't see good. He made this mark. Trying to get the hair out. Like, never mind. You doing too much.
He's asking his wife or girlfriend to pick his for him.
I keep mine in the car so I can see in the light.
I know. I'm telling you, this lady was blowing at me at the horn, and I was like, I'm so sorry, because it's literally like you going to trance trying to get these freaking hairs. So I'm thinking like, what purpose will he serve? Well, he does have good eyes, but they have too many questions.
But in your 50s, like, that's probably one of the best times of a woman's life because she still really has it together.
Yeah.
She still
I want to do a new photo shoot.
Yeah, in the 50s. In fact, I'm married in my 50s. I've been married a couple of times.
How many times you been married, Mel?
I don't want to share all that.
But. Okay. More than Elizabeth Taylor's?
No, not quite.
Okay. Are you married now?
No. I'm married in my 50s, so And unfortunately, my husband passed. But then I married again in my 60s.
Girl, where was I at? What? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway.
So, but when you get to be my age, you won't really remember your 50s that much. You know,
That's real.
You don't, because the 50s, it goes by so fast.
It does.
When you're in your 30s, it goes by really slow. Your 40s, you're like creeping. In your 50s, you're doing so much because you just, that's when you have all your energy and you just want to travel. You want to just do everything. And then in your 50s, you should be in a position to where you're getting ready for retirement.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not, so sorry, so sad, because you should be, because your 40s is when you're really thinking about getting it together for your 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going out of your 40s into your 50s, and that's when you're doing your biggest amount of hustling to get it together for your 60s, because it gets there really quickly. You'll look around and say, oh my God, where did time go? And if you don't have it together by the time you get into your 60s, your life's going to be just a little rough. You know what I mean? Because things are changing so quickly now. Everything's getting so expensive now. And if you don't have it pretty together by then,
or have some type of family, if you haven't invested in people and yourself,
that's important.
Yeah,
that's really important.
Invest in personal relationships. I sit and watch my friend. It's funny because he called me a pedestrian police.
Okay.
Because I'm always looking at what I see, my situational awareness. And it's funny because even on the way here, I seen a woman, and I know, sun beat you down in Vegas, especially if you homeless. But I know this woman had to be around in her 50s and 60s, and she was pushing everything she owned in her entire life in a wheelchair, and I'm just like, man, like,
you think in terms of that could be me.
No, that's not what I thought.
I always think like that.
Yeah.
If it weren't for certain circumstances in your life,
yeah,
that person could possibly
I just
be you.
Thinking like, what happened? And see that, and not even
what
being
happened
funny,
was
saying,
she didn't get it together in her 40s. That's what happened.
Well, I think a lot of time life happens, and there's things that happen to us even early in life that affect us as we get older. And so when I look at someone like that, I always say, oh my God, like, what can I do to help? We need some things in place. We need systems in place.
And that's kind of where I was at, because I was like, you know what? I need to do a coat drive. Like, even being up in the morning, taking my granddaughter to school, I'm like, why don't these children have on coats? Is it because they don't have them?
No, it's because most of them don't wear coats. It doesn't really get that cold here.
It was freezing today.
They wear jackets, but you come from back east and you think coats,
Yeah.
But they all wear those puffy jackets and things here.
They wear they wearing hoodies and Crocs. These kids, and not even eating balanced meals. So everybody's sick, coughing, sneezing, sniffling. No.
But that would be a good thing to have a coat drive, because there are a lot of kids here that don't even have a sweater to wear.
Yeah, I said that today. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a coat drive. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. So what would you have to share with the 50-year-old just coming in at the end of 59? I mean, at the end of 50, getting excited about 60, right? Because I think you get excited after you reach these marks in your life,
Yes.
What is your feedback, or what is your conversation for the younger woman, 50, 40, 30,
Well, I definitely agree with Miss Melody, and that is that those 50s go by so fast. And I looked up and I'm like, oh my God, I'll be 60 in March. What happened to the last 10 years? But in the last 10 years, when I looked back and I started journaling and, just putting things in chronological order. I'm like, God, I accomplished so much in my 50s. And she's absolutely right. You're doing so much. You're a mother, you're a grandmother. In my community and doing community work and the advocacy work and just pouring into anything and anybody that I can, like you said, building relationships, because those are important. And parents.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Samantha, I'm on my way. Okay. You already know it's getting ready to be all the way up because I'm not playing with you. Okay. I've been waiting my whole life to thump you.
Okay, get out of line if you want to.
Right. Okay, so that's good information. I hope you guys are listening, okay? Because I think we all know that Vegas is such a transient place, and everybody here is from some type of disconnection. So I think here recently, I hear a lot of people like, oh, I'm from here. But you never used to hear people say they were from Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would be, oh, I live here by myself, or I'm by myself. Or, like, oh, you going home for the holidays? No, And I'm like, well, everybody say, oh, Connie, back home, I know you got a lot of Easter here. I'm like, I don't think they really believe in Jesus in Vegas. Don't nobody get their hair done for Easter. It's not this big family dynamic thing like where I'm from. Because where are you from originally?
Louisiana.
Oh, so same deal. Where are you from, Mel?
LA.
Okay, so yeah.
Same thing. I mean, everyone in LA is from the South, so it's really family oriented. So,
right.
Yeah.
But being here, this is how we build communities because a lot of us are just literally here by ourselves, But I'm not. I shouldn't even say that because them kids is here. And shout out to the children, baby. Shout out to the children. I'm like Jill Scott. I didn't bore my womb with these babies. My son just turned 33. What's today? The third? The second?
The third.
Okay, so Dante turned 32. I'm going up. Dante turned 32 on the 1st, my youngest son. My grandbaby turned 16 on the 29th, and I'm getting ready to have my birthday here, my 53 or 54. What's this year? I think, don't you just lose count? You just like, I'm here.
You do.
I'm in my 50s. And my friend's like, why you keep going up on your age? And I think it's because my birthday is December 27th. So literally, if you don't ask me within 3 days, how old will I be this year? In January, when people say, how old you going to be this year, Connie? I'm up. So I'm always ahead.
I was like that all year.
Yeah. So how many children do you have, Teresa?
I have 3.
Okay.
I have 2 daughters and a son, 41, 39, and 30.
Okay. How about you, Melody?
Well, I had 2 children. I have 1 now, and I have 2 grandchildren.
Okay. Girls, boys, right?
I had a son. My son's 47. My daughter was 52 when she passed.
Oh.
And then I have 2 grandchildren, 18 and 21.
That's crazy. Them babies 18. That really show how long.
I know.
They were babies.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you first went to school, because you was like, I'm not missing a first day of school.
Yeah.
So I think I said, yeah, okay. So that would be like 4. So yeah, like 14 years. Wow. Time is flying in Vegas.
It does.
That's crazy.
It just flies anyway.
Yeah, it does. So now that we have reached our half of the hour, it's time for us to get naked. Okay, that was foreplay. This is that time of the show where I let you know that this show is also sponsored by Bedroom Candy by Intims.C. That is intimate conversations with Miss Connie. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're loving on yourself or somebody else. I sell lube. So, ladies, at this late in life, do you think it's a need to have accessories?
Absolutely.
I think so. I think most women would agree because, even if you're married or have a boyfriend or whatever, there's so many circumstances within that relationship that, sometimes you need to help the bear a little bit.
Not help the bear. Okay, I love that. So I always tell women, because I sell bedroom candy, so I always have these very intimate conversations. This part of life, we're talking about menopause, vaginal dryness, erectile dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? These type of things. Have you ever experienced any of these things and had someone to go to, or even have some advice for someone who's there now?
Well, yeah, I had some advice for someone this morning, actually, on the telephone.
What?
Yeah, it was a man. I was
Okay.
talking to a man about it. And
About what though?
about
ED?
Okay. ED, and he was explaining that he had just gotten this contraption or whatever
Penile
you
pump?
call it. No, it wasn't a penile pump. It's a new thing that they have where you put your penis and your scrotums inside of it, and then it's to give the woman pleasure, because it has a frontal end on it, and it's to give a woman pleasure.
So an attachment.
It's an attachment. It's like a strap-on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so at the same time, hold on. Because I sell stuff. So hold on. Okay. So you only feel the apparatus, not him.
Right.
Okay.
Well, he's inside of it, so of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So he'll get the sensation and the thrust. Okay. But let your friend know that I'm gonna send you one of my older shows, and I had a guy on here who wrote a book about ED. Everything is about stomach and blood flow. Like, people don't understand how the gastrointestinal system affects everything in our bodies. You know what I'm saying? So lay back on the hot sauce so you can get the good stuff. You know,
but the blood flow is very
Yeah.
important with that.
Yes.
That's usually the problem. Yeah.
Very, very. But I appreciate him for even having that conversation.
That's right.
And so what?
Well, this morning I got a whole new set of toys. Well, this afternoon
Not
they
for
were
me.
delivered.
Hey.
Okay.
She didn't
well,
know that
now
you
I know
sold
where to
them.
go. Now I know where to go, but they were just delivered today. I haven't even popped them open. I'm so excited.
Where'd they come from? Okay, no, don't get. They came from Bedroom Candy by Intims.C.
But when you mentioned vaginal dryness, and I have to say this, I've never experienced it myself on a regular basis, but only when me and my partner are just at odds. Mm-hmm. And I will say that.
I say that. I tell people all the time, it's a mind thing.
It's a mind thing.
It's a
for
mind
me.
thing.
Absolutely.
Because a woman literally can close her eyes and clench, and it could be the best time by herself.
Thank you.
So, it's just definitely, if we not there in a good mental space, there is no room for you over here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always tell everybody, like, I don't need no lube. You don't really know what you're missing. It's not really about you being dry or you being wet. It's literally just an additive for play, for longevity. You know what I'm saying? And there's different types of lube. A lot of people don't know this, There's water-based lubes, there's silicone lubes. So it all depends on like what level of play that you're on. So speaking of lube, I know, so we said accessories. So I know I always say my part into sensation, penetration, or stimulation.
Stimulation.
Right.
Yes.
And I think when you get to a certain age, I think as a young person, you always for penetration.
Right.
You know? That's
I
your
agree.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look at penetration. Then you just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. I need a little bit of stimulation first. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could be okay with a little sensation.
Yeah. I don't think women, I can only speak for me and talking with other women. Penetration doesn't give you the same type of higher level that you're trying to reach.
Exactly.
As stimulation.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's why it's so great with people that get older, even men, if they know how to stimulate a woman and they don't have to do it with their penis, let's say, if they know what they're doing with their hands, that's probably more enjoyable to a woman than if he has a half erection. Let's put it that way.
And I think just setting the tone, it just setting the mood sometimes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like if we come into a good fragrance, we come into a nice lighting, a glass of wine, and an intentional foot rub. Sometimes it really is kind of, what we need.
Mm-hmm. I think women enjoy a foot rub and a full body massage.
Yeah.
A whole lot than a whole lot of other things.
Yeah.
Some aromatic oils.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some little neck rub. clubbing and a little bit of.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? Now I thought everybody was into a little choke, not a 2-hand choke, but a one. But all of a sudden she was like, "But she would choke," and I'm like, what? You never choke? Oh my God! Not even from the back. 1 hand, 2 fingers. Press down, girl. Elevate you in your game. What is going on? You know what I'm saying? So talking about being sexually, and I like that 78, 59, y'all getting it and I'm 50 over here and I'm like, click. No, but I enjoy myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just kind of like, oh my God, Connie, is it really over? But I think I'm in the intermission. But it's not,
it's just starting.
It's in the intermission.
Yeah, because and I get it because I was just like, girl, hold on, stop. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be talking too damn much on this TV show. Wait a minute, I'll be having
telling too many of your secrets.
Too many of my naked truths.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that I do always tell my younger folks, you thought you was doing something in your 20s and 30s.
But you have no idea when you're in your 20s and 30s. You really don't have any, because you're doing too many other things. You know, it's not the most important thing when you're in your 20s and 30s.
And I think it's about us pleasing them.
It is.
I was just about to say that.
It is.
And you haven't discovered what turns you on and what takes you there.
Right.
Yet.
I don't think you're that sensual in your 20s.
That's
you
it.
haven't really learned how to be sensual in your 20s. And you are pleasing them more.
Yeah.
You know, when you get older in your 30s and 40s and you really learn about love making as opposed to hit and miss and
French
whatever.
connected.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a whole different, a different vibe when you're older.
Yeah.
And I think men start paying more attention to the sensuality of a woman when they get older too. You know, they're just bed hopping here and there and everywhere. But when they get older, they start appreciating women a little more.
Yeah.
You know, especially sensual women.
Yep. That is true.
Exactly. And we don't have a problem at this age telling them exactly what it takes.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. Because we don't have no time to waste. Yeah, it's like, I know you came over here and waste my time. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then that's because you know what you want.
Right.
And you're not embarrassed to talk about it. You're very open. You know, you have to be a little older to be really open about things.
And mature. Definitely.
And you've experimented.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, this is true. But yeah, that's funny because that word, I think that's the word of the hour, the naked truth about sensuality. Yes. You know, not sexuality.
Yeah, yes. I agree.
And just being and I always talk about the difference between touching and feeling. That's a total different thing. Like the two words, having sex, being intimate, having sex, and just flipping and flopping out in the streets like a trout.
Right.
You know, that's fresh out of water.
Right.
You know, no, we handling ourselves differently. And it's so funny because when you deal with some of the younger generations, I had somebody say something like, oh God, break your, and I was like, first of all, that's not sexy.
Yeah.
I don't want you to come over here and break anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Wrong girl.
That's true.
No.
And especially when you get older, you're not, you know.
Yeah. My girl just came off of knee surgery.
Okay.
And it's funny because my other girl, she called me. She like, I'm so tired of him with his fat self. And I'm like, oh God, what's going on now? She like, he always want me to get on top. And I'm so tired because he just want to keep laying there. But she was like, but I'm like, but you're dating an older man.
Yeah.
So you have to give a little bit of grace, or you have to come through with a different approach when you're a younger woman dating an older, unhealthy man.
Yes.
Because even a healthy man, because, you know, when men get to be about 50, 60, they don't get up on their knees too quickly.
Well,
and if they do, they don't stay up there too long.
I'm gonna recant that one.
She said,
because
that's not the case.
I said I was peaking at like 60, but I think I'm gonna take it up to about 78. I want you to be old. I really want to date somebody with erectile dysfunction. because I don't want to have to be bothered.
That's the first.
So she wants to
I
deal
don't
with
want
only
that thing
toys.
to work. Yeah, I just want, and not even that, because I'm not even really into penetration like that. I just really want you to like rub me. I'm like a cat.
No.
Thunder.
No, I just think all women are like that. Men really are not. They're being soft and spending a lot of time doing it. But all women can appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we really need.
Yeah.
I just feel like, and even if I do want to, you know what I'm saying, take a break and take a dip, I just feel like I'll be here again tomorrow. Don't try to get it all right now. What is that about? I just said, I was like, yeah, like this shit just got invented. Okay. What is going on? It's like, well, you should be happy that I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm going through, maybe it's the menopause.
No, she's probably
leftovers
right.
are better.
No, you're
Save
right.
some for
I
tomorrow.
think you're right. I talk to so many women all the time, and throw different things when they're caught. Because I mean, I never had hot flashes, but people tell me when you're, doing whatever you're doing, those hot flashes hit you. That's not a very sexy thing.
On the back of your neck, like, and I'm a person that likes to be naked. I don't really like clothes. And I think that a lot of time men think that's the invitation. And it's like, no, I'm literally trying to let myself air out. Like, I'm sweating at every part of my body. So it looks as if I'm laid out here like a Cornish hen ready to get baked. But honestly, I'm really just trying to catch a breeze everywhere I can.
Yes.
And it's a mental thing because I find myself wondering what's going on when I already know I'm having a hot flash. And it's just like, yo, what is happening? I was talking to somebody the other day and sweat just started running down my neck. And I was like, and I'm like, I'm on a Zoom meeting and I just wanted to shut it down. Like, I don't want to be bothered with none of this. And I'm like, I have to keep having these conversations with myself. I'm like, Lord, please.
That's because you're just having a really hard time with it. You got to get that black cohosh.
I need to get off the caffeine. Because I do 1,000 things. So my day literally, my day starts 4 a.m.
Wow.
Because everybody in the East is calling me in here. So like, literally, I have my homegirl, Bonnie, I'm going to kill you, B Fox, was texting me party invitations in Cleveland for the week that I'll be there for my mother's surgery. She's sending me flyer after flyer after flyer. Then my other girl calling me like, oh, you called me last night. I was asleep. I'm like, it's 4 a.m. now. I'm asleep. I called you at 10. And it's just like, oh, I figured you would be woke. My other girl calling me at 2:30 about her event. I'm like, yo, give me a minute, okay?
But they're used to you being so busy and here and there and everywhere.
I know,
and
that's why I'm saying, since this menopause thing, I used to could go, but now I like kind of just want to be naked and sleep.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Make me like.
So probably right now is not a great time for you to have
sex.
Yeah. Probably not.
Give it about what?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say have the ceiling fan on and fan on. So
I keep it on.
Keep it like
I keep that fan because, and it's just so crazy because as soon as I get hot, I'm freezing.
Yeah.
Because I'm soaking wet and I'm freezing.
Yes.
And I it's crazy because I apologized to my ex. We were together 10 years and I don't think I knew that I was going through perimenopause. But he tells people that we broke up because I'm bipolar. And I was just like, I think I owe you a bit of an apology. I was really going through something because I remember waking up, the bed would be soaking wet. And he would be like, yo, what the heck is going on? And I used to be like, because you keep breathing on me. You too close. And he like, nah, this is extra hot. And I'm like, let's just break up.
No.
I don't even think I wanted, I couldn't stand to hear him chew.
Ooh.
I know. Yeah. So I'm waiting for that part to be over. I'm going to get the black cohosh. Mm-hmm. I said it last week to E. I got the ashwagandha. Mm-hmm. I did get the valerian root.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Yeah, the valerian root helps too. Kind of regulate hormones and sleep at night because I do have insomnia. So normally, and I am up at these crazy hours, but what I find is I don't feel like being bothered. I already know when I see the phone what you're talking about. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't even care at this point. But yeah, so okay, so I'm telling you, I know I'm a still kid and popping. Do you think it's getting ready to be over for you anytime soon?
Women, it's never over for a woman.
What's the oldest woman that you know that's sexually active?
Well, I have quite a few friends that are in their 80s. And my book club members, I'd say over half of them are in their 80s. They're sexually active, but the men aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God, this is hilarious. I'm sorry. But the men aren't.
But they're not, because once they get 86, 87, they've had whatever.
So why are they out here looking for the young girl? It's like they just...
Well, because it makes them feel manly.
Yes.
They know they can't do anything, but you know the old thing when they meet you at the bar, you don't know what I can do, baby. And it's like most of them can't, so stop it already. It's so disgusting.
Right.
Really, I don't even know why they still do that, but it's really disgusting.
It is disgusting. Oh my gosh. She's 100% correct.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth. And then you just, like, no, I don't think so.
I never dated men my age, though. Even my husband's 12 years younger than I am.
Well,
what? So, and I've always dated older men as a young woman. And now that I'm in the middle, it's like, okay.
I don't like it.
I've pretty much always been in my age group.
Really?
Yeah, like 2 years older, maybe the most 7.5 years
like
older.
Like, let me see, my ex. Everybody thought he was so much older than me too. That's because he really just, to me, didn't really take care of himself, and he grayed pretty fast. But I think about 54. He was like 6 years older than me, and I think the largest age gap was about 12 years. And that was when I was like maybe in my 30s, And I remember I dated somebody in the 50s, but he was like super cool, healthy, didn't drink, didn't smoke, beast. But
I was married to someone 19 years older than me.
Really? Hey, that's your husband that passed away?
No. Well, he's passed away now. But
okay.
That was a long time ago. But no, I was like 40.
Okay.
And he was like 39.
Okay. So this is my question, because people always say, Connie, when are you going to get married? And I said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to get married until I'm like in my 70s. So you just don't end up dying at home alone, Like, that's my whole thing about it. Yeah, at this point. I don't really value companionship like that. And it could be the menopause. But I literally don't even.
But then do you want to wake up and it's a dead body next to you?
Well, at least I can make sure he okay. I'm thinking more so about me, just being in the house dead by myself.
You have kids to check on you.
Will they still be there then?
Probably.
I mean, they're going to check on me, but not in the house, But I always have said that, just thinking like, I'll just wait till I get of age so that, I can have a partner and we'll be able to look after each other,
No, but today's world, everything's so expensive. It's gotten back to when my mother's generation, when families lived together, and it's getting more and more like that.
That makes sense.
Where most grandmothers have their grandchildren around them now, because the grandchildren can't afford to be out on their own. So you do have grand, so you're never going to be alone, no doubt.
Never.
So you don't have to worry about that.
So I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you have 7. So
7.
Yeah. And I do have a pretty steady family here. So yeah, it's a family dynamic, but I just be talking half the time. I know I'm too in tune with what's going on not to know what's going on. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all ain't got a daddy yet. I don't know. I don't even want to say it because somebody gonna call me and be like, oh, okay. Anyway.
Find you someone younger that can keep up with you. Yeah.
I'm not moving fast though.
And no, she doesn't want someone younger now with menopause.
I feel like I think, and you know what? I've always been in a relationship. my whole entire life. Like literally, I am in my 50s with children in their 30s. So I have always been in a relationship. So I think when I say it, a lot of people that don't know me and don't know my past don't know that this is the longest I've ever been single. Like 5 years. And I'm okay with it, you know, but then I am a dater. So, you know, I'm not with anybody, so I can date. And let me tell you something. If you got erectile dysfunction, you don't want any, I got everything. Call me. I'm your girl, Miss Connie LB. But as we wrap up the hour, just make sure you give our audience a little drip here. Melody, Teresa, each one of you take the mic first. What do you have to say to the audience as we close the show?
All I have to say is just love yourself.
Period. Teresa?
Oh, wow. Let's see. I think that healing is each one of our responsibility. And so we're always on that journey. I'm always on that journey. So that's my word.
And I'm going to say, Teresa, if you haven't looked into it, you could be one of those 1-900 voice ladies. So if you ever look for you do got the voice for the telephone. They looking forward to calling you. Me, I'm like, what? What's going on? Whatever. Call me next week. I'll be back right here at 5:00. I'm your girl, Miss Connie LV. Make sure you copy, paste, subscribe, because guess what? Somebody need to be able to get out of jail on a life sentence, and Teresa can help them. And guess what? Melody, she ain't even got time for the nonsense. We on our way to WSO. What y'all getting ready to do? Meet us there. Don't beat us there. Have a good night.
You're listening to Miss Connie from Levels of Intimacy, The Naked Truth at Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio.